Hey guys, Momola here, and in today's video, I'm going to show you 3 tools that can 10x your revenue in a very short amount of time. This is going to be a really powerful video. Let's get into today's video. If you are looking to scale your Pinterest account, if you're looking to scale your revenue, today's video is going to be probably one of the best that you've seen for me on this channel. Let's get into today's video. Let's go. So just to provide some context for today's video, I'm going to show you how to use AI to 10x your revenue. I'm going to show you how to use AI tools and softwares to 10x your productivity, which is super cool. I'm going to give you 3 tools that I use right now, and I'm also going to give you a word of warning for anything AI driven for Pinterest. So this is the Tooltrip account. This is one of my case study accounts that I am going to be sharing with you. If you are familiar with it, it's a Tooltrip Pinterest account in the DIY and home decor niche. And we've been scaling it over the past few weeks, few months. I'm not going to go into specifically the details of how this list is scaled today. I'm going to do that in another video. But as you can see, we're going up in terms of impressions, we're going up in terms of engagements, we're going up in terms of saves too. And we've got some really cool information around our top pins. As you can imagine, because it's Christmas, it's usually Christmas content that's going to be seasonal and going to be trending. And again, I'll show you in a separate video some of the cool things we're doing with that. But today I'm going to show you some of the AI tools that I am utilizing and using, some for the very first time and some I've been using for a little while. And I'm going to show you how to use the same tools to 10x your revenue and 10x your productivity. It's going to be super cool. So let's get into today's video. So I'm not going to mess around. This is a tool that I've been testing. Now, this is a tool called Content Goblin. I was added to the waitlist probably around the beginning of December, and now I think they've opened it up to everyone, so that's fantastic. This is a AI generated tool specifically for Pinterest, and it is a tool that allows you to create images, to create templates, and to format those tools and templates and posts to your WordPress account. Now, if you have a Pinterest account already, you understand that to source images, whether they are AI generated or whether they are kind of brand new, it's pretty difficult to do because you've got to find stock images, you've got to find maybe Instagram accounts and get their permissions, or you've got to use AI generated tools and put it all together. Now, what Content Goblin does in a very smart and unique way is it just brings all those things together. And I'm going to show you how I use the tool in today's video. Now, of course, I always recommend using ChatGPT if you are looking to find ideas for your Pinterest account, if you're looking to utilize SEO, descriptions, titles and tags, etc. Or if you just need some inspiration in terms of potentially some content and you want to kind of fiddle around and add some things in, ChatGPT is the place to go. And we're going to use that as well as part of our AI toolkit. So always use ChatGPT because it's probably one of the best. But I do want to explain a few new AI tools that I've been testing. So once you're ready, once you have an account, I think the pricing is super cheap and super affordable too. So again, I've done some of the maths, and the maths that it takes for me to hire a VA and for them to find and source AI images, create content, and then schedule those out across my WordPress account is probably 10 times more expensive than this particular tool. But of course, it all depends on how the tool generates images, if it looks professional, and if you're happy with those WordPress blogs itself. But these are the plans as they currently stand. Again, we are in the middle of December, so these could potentially change. Let's log in now. So you've joined me inside of Content Goblin. Again, super simple tool to use, and I'd recommend you sign up, okay? I don't think there are any affiliate links at the moment. Maybe there are. If there is, I'll include one below this video. But this is the tool that I'm using. So once you come inside, you have a few options here. You have image listicles, a single recipe. Of course, that's for food blogs. You have your article library and your image library. And then you can see your latest blogs here. Now, again, I'm not going to go through all the specifics of how to use the tool. There's support videos on how to do that, and it's super simple anyway. But what I would say is you need to connect your WordPress account so that when you create an article, you can automatically post it to your WordPress account. It's very easy to do. Now we're going to go over to image listicles, and we're going to click image listicles. And this is where kind of the magic happens. Before I even start going into these details, what I need to share with you is that AI generated content is something that is a little bit taboo on Pinterest. And this is why for me, testing tools and softwares, and exploring new and innovative ways to create Pinterest content is always going to be something that I do, okay? Because across your Pinterest account, you need to be up to date with the latest tools and trends. And I think testing AI images right now is a very smart thing to do. But a word of warning, you need to be very sensible about how you use it. And I'm going to show you how to do that today. So there's 3 parts of the tool that you need to be aware of. That's the image quality, which has a corresponding image credit rate. So good will be obviously the lower credits, better will be slightly higher, and then obviously the best quality will have the highest credit rates. And then you have a general account credit rate at the top here. Of course, the more you use, the more your account usage will go down, and then of course you'll have to top up those credits when you need to. Now the next part is you very simply add an article title in here, and then there are a few custom prompts and advanced options for you to use. Let's say we didn't want to use those and we're going to try and keep it simple. We'll add our title in here. We'll select the number of images we need, and then we'll just hit generate. Okay, very, very simple to do. I think the owner has made this literally beginner proof, which is pretty cool because it means you can test at scale. Now, the question that you're probably asking is, where do we find those article titles? And let's head over to Pinterest to find a few examples that we can use so we can see what the actual tool generates. Okay, so there are a few ways to find some relevant keywords for your Pinterest account. Again, I have a few videos that go into detail, but I do want to go into a very quick overview on how to do that just here, so I can show you the strategy that I'm using to 10x my productivity. Okay, so first off, I always start in Pinterest, and once you're ready, just go into trends. Okay, so we'll go into trends here. Now, once you're in the trending tool, of course, you want to select your niche. So let's go into our niche here that we're going into right now, which will be home decor. And then we're gonna click on monthly trends, potentially seasonal trends, and see what comes up. Okay. So again, you can choose any of the trend types that you want. I'm gonna go for a broad example so I can show you kind of what that looks like. But generally, if I was doing this right now and it was Christmas coming up, maybe I'd go for seasonal trends because I want to find some seasonal related keywords. But as you can see, these are Christmas related ones. But let's go to monthly trends and find a suitable example. And I'm going to go to kitchen ideas, okay? Now, of course, the tool's going to pop up with kitchen ideas as the bubble. We are going to go broad for now. So we're going to click on popular pins at the bottom. And what we're going to try to do is narrow it down by going through the little bubble bars at the top here, the bubble search terms at the top here, and see if we can find some interesting subcategories on the kitchen ideas keyword to put into our tool so we can find some new AI images generated for our niche. So I think this keyword is pretty cool. It is definitely home decor, it's kitchen related, it is modern, so we've got a few different subcategories within our main keyword itself. Let's go and grab this and put it into our tool to see what it comes up. Now, another thing that I'd mention is I'll probably open up a few of these just to see what my competitors are doing. And another reason why that's pretty cool is because we're going to use a competition tool to check out these pins to see which ones generating the most eyeballs and saves and engagements, and we're going to mimic those designs as we move forward. Cool, so we have our article title. We're going to put it in here. Again, you can use ChatGPT to give this article title a bit of an uplift. So add something that's a bit more SEO friendly. But for now, I just want to put a simple article title in so I can show you the image listable. Now you can play around with the quality. I'm going to show you the most efficient one first. Leave the image ratio at 19.6 because those are Pinterest friendly. And then we're going to hit generate. Let's see what it looks like. Now this usually takes a minute, maybe less, depending on how many images it needs to generate. So give it a moment or two. As you can see, it's done now. So the image has been generated. This is obviously a smaller example because there's only 5. But as you can see, the images itself, specifically for some niches, look amazing. So for home decor, for example, this is fantastic because even if you aren't really a fan of AI generated images, you can really very hardly tell that this is an image generated by AI, unless you're specifically looking at some of the details. So the best part is it's generated within a few seconds. There are only 5 images here, but as you can imagine, you're going to be doing 10, 15, 25, or however many you need per article. But it's generated the image and some text for each image in a matter of seconds, which you can then upload to your account. If you could think about the scale of this type of tool, so as you can see, that was done in a matter of seconds, and we are just scratching the surface with what you can use this particular tool for. Now, I'll very quickly show you one of the details in the advanced options that you can trigger on and off, and that's for if you want to add a few more words to the bottom of each image, you can add on verbose instead of concise, and it will give you more of a summary of a few paragraphs under each image. Maybe that's what you're looking for in terms of your post itself. And again, there are additional image prompts you can use and some text you can use. You can add some keywords in, and they will naturally add those keywords in to the article itself. So again, play around with some of the filters and features till you find the perfect kind of combination of words that you want, and titles that you want, and also images that you want, which you can actually add in the custom outline here as well. So I want to give you one more example. As you can see, the tool kind of generates images really, really fast, and very detailed as well. But I do think there's a few niches that will work really well with this particular content tool. And one of the best that I think will work fantastically is the food and drinks niche. So we're going to put in recipes actually. We'll put in food and drinks and we'll type in recipes into here. And then we'll look at we'll take a look at some chicken recipes. That seems to be quite popular at the moment. Let's scroll down and then we'll go to what some of these chicken recipes look like. And then we're gonna try and find some really cool associated keywords. So we'll type in a few of these bubbles at the top. So we'll type in maybe ground chicken recipe. See what comes up. These are pretty cool. And then we'll type in barbecue. So it's kind of sub-niching down. And of course, when you're doing your research, you're going to have to spend more time doing the research. But again, I just want to show you what the tool is capable of. So we'll grab this and we'll go over to our Content Goblin tool. We'll add in our article title here. I will use Better for higher quality. I don't need the custom outline, and we will use verbose, so we'll add additional options, and we'll use 7 recipe examples, and we'll hit generate. Now, as I mentioned before, you can play around with the titles. This one is going to be targeting summer, but of course I can put in something that's more winter related for chicken recipes because that's the area that we're in kind of now. Now, that's finished. It took probably about 35 seconds, super quick. When you're ready, you can press the create WordPress draft here and it will go straight to your WordPress draft. But just look at the quality of images for the recipe niche, okay? These look absolutely amazing, super tasty. I mean, that looks real, if I'm being super honest. We have a bit more text at the bottom here because we use a different option for our text. These are again, really, really high quality images that will work really well for the recipe niche. And also you can test this across multiple niches. The most important thing I think to bear in mind is the more specific the image is and needs to be, probably the more difficult it will be for the tool to generate. But again, something to bear in mind, we've spent probably pennies and we've created whole listicles here. I would recommend you go in and probably change some of these descriptions. And also, let's say for example, you have a image that you don't really think is suitable or you want to change it, you can very easily hit regenerate image here and maybe add a prompt if you need to, which makes things very, very simple. It 10x's your workload. I mean, as I mentioned, I usually pay a team of VAs to do this type of task for me. I can do it within minutes, add a few prompts, and I'm really good to go. So this is definitely the first part of my productivity hacks for AI tools, and something that's come out just recently that I think you should 100% test out. Now, one of the things that I'd recommend you do as well is head over to Pinclix right here, and type in the keywords into the top pins at the top here, and then look at some of your competitions, see what's working well and what's not working well, and just essentially do some really smart competitor research, okay? So Pinclix is a keyword research and analytical tool specifically for Pinterest, and I actually think just yesterday, so this month we're in December, they've actually updated the interface a little bit because there wasn't a volume metric here before, and there also wasn't a repin metric here, which is super, super cool. So again, they are consistently updating their tool. I use it quite frequently, if I'm being honest, and again, you can just very easily go in, see your competitors' information, see their pins, see their descriptions, and importantly, you can see the saves. So you know that if the pin score is high here, the save score is high. You can do some maths and know that if you are to compete against this particular competitor and this particular pin, you know that it's popular, and then your impressions and your clicks will obviously follow that popularity. So 1000% I would recommend Pinclix. I'll leave a link below this video for you to check out. Okay, so I've showed you a few AI tools that I use, specifically Content Goblin, that will definitely 10x your productivity. And of course, if you are doing it at scale, then you're going to be 10x in your revenue as well. And what I'd recommend, and this is super important, is that you use the tool and test different URLs. So create different URLs, for example, for our recipe ones, to ground chicken recipes, healthy chicken recipes, etc. Use the Pinterest tool and also the Pinclix tool to check competition, SEO and competition keyword research. So figure out the ones that you think will be most popular. Use the AI tool to create the content, and then just seed all that information into Pinterest, creating multiple pins. And then figure out what works best. Then once you've figured out a really, really cool trend, then I'll double down on that trend, maybe with original content, maybe with original images, maybe with stock images, etc. Because you can use the AI tools to seed all of the different subcategories. So for example, let's say you're doing chicken, you can do like a different 5 to 10 different categories just based on chicken recipes. And then you can use, if you want to, and if you prefer, human generated content and human generated images on the top performing posts. In that way, you really get to use the best of AI and the best of human content, marry it together, you should see results. Now, one other tool I think you should definitely add it into your arsenal of AI tools is a tool called Ideogram. Now this, again, I think it's been out for a little while, but I've only started using it recently because I am testing some AI images and I want more control with what AI will allow me to do. So similar to other AI tools that already generate AI images, you have credits, and then you obviously pay for those credits, and then you can use those to use against as many images that you want. Now, one of the things that I love about Ideogram is, first off, it's pretty cheap and makes sense, but more importantly, the actual images themselves are fantastic, and you can add very specific titles and details to create your image. So let's type in barbecue ground chicken recipes as we had before. We're going to type something like on a tabletop with a spoon in, and what else? Lots of salad, okay? You can type in anything. We'll type in that and we'll hit generate. Now this is a demo account, so you can see that you have to wait about 30 seconds. Once you upgrade, that goes straight in, and then you have lots more credits too. Okay, so it's completed. You can see that it usually gets around 3 or 4, or sometimes a little bit more, different image prompts based on the prompts that you gave it. So these are the ones that it's given us. Now, I think of all these, this one looks pretty appealing. Also, this one's pretty cool as well. So this, again, is a tool that you can use as part of your AI productivity hacks, just to create and explore different images. Of course, none of these have any copyright issues, so you can just use them as is. And as I mentioned, you can get super detailed with the description to find an image that works specifically for your page, for your profile, and just for the kind of keywords that you're trying to target. And lastly, once you have all that information, I'd recommend that you have some type of very simple Google Drive or some Excel sheet where you add in the keyword that you're looking to target. You add in the URL that you have generated either by yourself or maybe with Content Goblin or any of the tools. You have just an assigned, so that you know that it's been assigned by yourself or maybe sent to a team member. A month, category and column, and also very importantly, how many pins you've created for that particular URL. And then once you have, again, filled out the sheet and you have several different URLs and all the pins have been created, you can keep track of what's been trending. So the ones that are maybe in the top 10 of that particular month. And then if it has made the top 10, you can go back, do some modifications on the URL, to make it a bit more human friendly, or you can just potentially leave it as is. It depends on the angle for your particular account and what you're trying to achieve. The most important thing is that you have a tracking spreadsheet so you can see what's working and what's not working. And also importantly, make sure you are very, very familiar with the analytics within Pinterest itself. And also don't forget to use the pins created in the last 30 days so you can see what's been trending over the last 30 days. And then that will give you lots of data with the pins that are working and the pins that aren't, and then double down on the ones that are. So I hope that video has been super useful for you. If you're not excited about tools and different AI potentials that you can use as you're scaling up your account, then you probably should be. Of course, the word of warning that I want to mention is don't go overboard. These tools are there to assist you. They're here to help you with productivity. I would never recommend going all in on AI for an account and just creating thousands and thousands of pins and thousands of URLs, because you potentially could get your account banned. And also, just generally on Pinterest, it's not fantastic to have only AI images all the time. You need to have a good variety of the both. The most important metric for you is engagements and saves, because if your AI images are very bad, you're not going to get good engagements, you're not going to get the good saves, and your impressions are going to be super low. But on the flip side, if they are fantastic, if you are following different content prompts, if you are adding in human images as well and human content, and you're using it as a productivity tool to assist you, then I think you are in a really, really interesting time, because you can 10x revenue and productivity just by using a few clicks. So hopefully that's been a super useful video for you. If you want to learn more about how I scale up Pinterest accounts, and specifically if you want me to coach you one-on-one, there's some links below this video. I have a really affordable coaching monthly package. And also, if you want me and my team to just do the whole thing for you, I have an agency, and I'll include the link below this video, where we'll go in and just do this entire process for you, scale up the campaign and grow your Pinterest account for you. Okay, that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.